Welcome to Stadium Australia for the BMX Dirt Competition. I'm Paul Begg, and joining me in commentary today is Matt Holmes. Matt, we've got some of the best riders in the world out here jumping tonight, so we should be in for one hell of a competition.
It sure is. It's going to be a huge one. And up first from Queensland, we've got Cory coming into the first 28-foot set with a huge flip straight over it. Throws in a little bar spin, coming up to the third. He's exited up with a one-footer. Paul, that's a huge first run.
Yes, Cory Bowen, what a great way to start the night off. Flips it up, crosses it up, and takes a foot off.
That's a lot of tricks up there when you're upside down, but the judges are going to love that. It's a big first run.
Yeah, I was pretty scared flipping that first one, but got it out of the way. Getting it more consistent now, but that was my biggest fear, but it's all good.
All right, up next, all the way from Greenville, USA, Chris Doyle. This guy is one of the smoothest trail riders in the world. Big, quick turn down over the first to prove it. Big 360, nose diving back in, and huge tail whip over the third.
Yes, Chris Doyle, you are smooth. Let's look at the replays here as he does a massive 360 and sticks the landing.
Pumps the transition and pulls this big tail whip straight back to the pedals. He's 6'1", and that's a big trick for a big guy.
This crowd is huge, and I'm not used to riding in front of crowds this big. I'm psyched.
Up next, we have the wild man, Mr. Todd Lyons, all the way from America, riding for Huffy Bikes. He's cranking in fast at that first 28-foot set. Huge flip over the first. 360 one-hander over the second. Spins a no-handed 360 opposite way over the third.
Yeah, Todd Lyons, crowd goes nuts. Let's check out the replays here. Hits the first kicker, flips it up, heaps of hang time, lands it nicely into the second jump. One-handed 360, nails the landing, and into the third. Goes the opposite way, no-handed, a little bit messy on the end.
I did the opposite, the 360 left, 360 right, but I threw in a one-hander and then a no-handed 360, and I landed real squirrely, but I was happy because I hardly ever can link that up.
Okay, up next, one of South Australia's finest dirt jumping exports, Kim Grosser. He's coming in pretty hard. X to X. I think he wanted the bar spin. Goes for the big 360 over the second. Throw the huge tail whip clean with no brakes.
Yeah, Kim Grosser, the 22-year-old from Adelaide, as we see him 360ing up in the second jump. Lands nicely, and the tail whip into the third.
He just flings that frame around. Watch him catch it very, very high on the pedals and down.
All right, next up, we have the Queenslander, Colin Mackay, the 23-year-old, just back from the USA.
Throws a huge bar spin to X up over the first set. Throws down a big whip, and what's he got on the third? No-footed 360. Colin Mackay rocking it.
Yeah, awesome. Crowd's going nuts for Colin's performance.
Fresh back from a whirlwind tour of the States, Colin was competing in some of the biggest competitions over there, and he knows how to pull down the big tricks when the pressure comes on. Big 360 no-footer over the third, just kicking those feet out, spins the bike around, smooth.
All right, next up, Cory Nastazio. This man needs no introduction. Out of the USA.
The hip-hop soldier throwing a big turn-down flip over the first, spinning those bars in California style, and a huge Superman whip. That is big.
All right, Cory Nastazio. The crowd's erupting here at Stadium Australia. Let's check out the replay off the first kicker. The big turn-down flip. Lands it nicely.
Pumps into the second transition, spins the bars around and sets himself up for what is true nasty style. This huge tail with Superman extension on it. He really knows how to stretch these tricks out. Flings the frame around and catches it. Cory Nastazio.
Yes, he salutes the crowd.
That brings us to our next USA rider, Alan Cooke, all the way from Greenville. He comes into the first hit, throws in a big X up, putting the X back in BMX, and a huge 360 whip, but he's ejected on the landing. Paul, he's going down.
Yeah, the 21-year-old from the USA. Not quite getting enough rotation on that jump and eats dirt.
He's really going for one of the hardest tricks out there, the 360 tail whip, spinning himself and the bike in opposite directions, but just got too much rotation and went down hard. Someone who hasn't gone down hard, nyquist up next.
Yeah, hits his first kicker with flipped, X'd up one-hander.
360 X over the second. This guy's riding fast. No foot can-can, no hander, nothing at all on the bike there.
Yeah, Ryan Nyquist. Check out the crowd.
Defending gold medalist from last year in Melbourne. Huge one-handed X-up flip over the first. Comes into the second. He's got so much speed. X's it up in the 360 and pole. On the third, he went so big.
Yeah, look at the height he gets on this no-footer, no-handed can-can.
Crowd seems good and big crowd, so rock on.
Welcome back to the BMX Dirt Finals here at Stadium Australia.
We got Cory in front of this huge crowd, and he's dropping in for his final run. What's he got? He goes a big flip, 28-foot gap. Comes in the second, one-handed X up, and then third jump, a huge no-footed can-can, just stomping the landing.
Yeah, Cory Bowen, the carpenter from Queensland, knocks up a huge backflip.
He's been landing smoother out of the flips than anything else, but managed to throw a no-footed can-can and a no-footer, just slipping the pedal on the landing.
Next up, Christopher Doyle, the 21-year-old from the USA.
Riding with pure trail style, this guy nosedives so well and keeps smooth runs. It's a big turn down over the first. He's going for a turn down 360. That is his signature trick.
Yeah, looking at the replay here, huge height, turns it down, sticks the landing.
Up next, Adelaide rider Kim Grosser dropping in for his final run. He's going to have to go very hard here to impress the judges. Over the first, old school no-hander to no-footer. X's it up over the second. What's he got in the third? He's turned it down in the flip. That's a big trick, but he's plugged the landing.
Yeah, that's right. As we look at the replay here, the turn down flip, just a little bit of over-rotation on the landing.
There's a big, big trick. But up next, one of the biggest riders, Todd Lyons from the States. He's coming in. He's got something planned. He's just pumped over the first. He's gone for a 360 flip. He's gone down hard as well.
Oh no, the crowd's going berserk for Todd Lyons. Check out the replay here, going for one of the biggest tricks of the night, the 360 flip, and just eats dirt.
He has to flip and spin all in the one motion, but just fails to make the backside of the jump.
My last run, I just figured I'd huck it, go for a 360 backflip, and I crashed like usual, but that's all good. I'm having fun.
Next up, Colin Mackay from Queensland with a bar spin drop-in.
That's right, he's feeling pretty confident out there tonight. He X's it up to a turn down. That's a big combo. Bar spin to bar spin. He's pulling out all stops and a 360 whip over the third. That's probably the biggest run of the night.
Yes, Colin Mackay. Look at the replay here. The 360 whip almost gets the landing.
Spinning and whipping all at the same time. There's so much going on under the bright lights of Stadium Australia.
Went off tonight. It was awesome, yeah.
Next up, Cory Nastazio from Sheep Hills, California. He's been at it for nearly 10 years as he drops into the chute.
He's doing it for the ladies tonight in front of Stadium Australia. He's going to have to pull something big out of the bag. What's he got? He's spinning, he's whipping. He's got the 360 whip and he's landed it. He loves it. The crowd goes nuts here tonight.
Yes, Nastazio putting it all into that one jump. As we look at the replays here.
Nasty, spinning and whipping. He has to spin his body and his frame. He catches it high. That is one of the biggest tricks of the night. It's so high, so much extension. Doing it for the crowd here tonight.
I did everything I really wanted to. I was thinking about devil flipping it, but I just stayed consistent with 3 whip. And just had fun, didn't fall, and that's all I wanted to do. Stay on my bike and have fun.
Alan Cook from the USA, back for his second run, just dropping in.
If he's going to make it count, he's got to make it count now. He's going to flip bar spin with a no-footer. That's huge, and a massive Superman seat grab over the second. Alan Cook laying down his bike, throwing down his helmet and laying down the law here tonight at Stadium Australia.
Yes, Alan Cook, one of the great combinations of the night. Started with a flip bar spin no-footer, and then into a huge Superman seat grab.
I made it through. The crowd liked it, so mission accomplished.
The crowd have been really fired up here tonight at Stadium Australia, but no one's fired them up more than this man, Ryan Nyquist, coming in for his final run.
Yes, Ryan dropping in now. Your best run counts. A huge flip on the first. Rolls the second. Pumps the jump. 720 on the third. Sticks the landing.
That's one of the biggest tricks you can try over a set of doubles that big. That's 2 rotations, 720.
Let's look at the replays here as Ryan Nyquist sends himself into orbit, spinning and twisting.
He's ridden so smoothly all night, and this is a big trick to pull in front of this many people. Ryan Nyquist could be a contender for gold tonight.
Yeah, big run as the other riders come up to congratulate him.
Why not try something a little bit harder, like a 720, so went for it, it worked out good, so I was happy, 2 good runs, I was really happy about those.
Coming in first, taking home the gold tonight, Ryan Nyquist, Cory Nastazio, coming silver.
Thank you! Man, I feel really good. I had some really awesome runs I was definitely happy about. Just everybody stepping up in the final, so I had to step it up too, and just worked out good. We had a really good feeling going into it, and I don't know what to say. I'm just 2 years in a row of good stuff.
So the results for the Dirt Finals.